Bright Duty. Every student matters.
Hello everyone, I hope you all are keeping well, right? Okay, so today we will be learning about Nagaland, okay? And the topic is about agriculture in Nagaland. This comes under Nagaland Board of School Education and this is for grade 6, all right? So now before telling you the important content related to the chapter, let me just give you a brief, introduction on the state of Nagaland. So Nagaland is in India. It is very much in India and Nagaland is the 16th state of India. At present, India has 28 states and Nagaland is one of them. Yeah, so it is very important to learn about the agriculture that is practiced in Nagaland. Clear everybody? So let's get started. But before that, let me just tell you what is agriculture. All right? So here. So what is agriculture? Agriculture is the practice of cultivating crops, rearing livestock, fisheries, forestry, horticulture, and many more. All right, so when we talk about agriculture, agriculture is the practice of cultivating crops. Now let us take for some minute and think about it, whether all this are, practiced in Nagaland. Yeah, so cultivating crops is very much practice in Nagaland, sowing of seeds, starting from the food grains to that of the commercial crops. And then when we talk about rearing livestock, this is related to animal husbandry, rearing animals. And this is definitely there in Nagaland because each and every household, okay, we used to rear pigs, maybe for celebrating weddings or maybe for Christmas celebration, but you will get to see that each and every household in Nagaland, especially in the rural areas, they used to rear pigs. So from there we can say without any doubt that yes, rearing of animals, that is animal husbandry, is definitely there in Nagaland. Yeah. Then we also talk about fisheries. Now, when we talk about fisheries, this is related to fishing. So fishing is there in Nagaland, okay, and then forestry is also there in Nagaland. We go to dense forests, collect woods, fruits, and then the wild plants, and that is how forestry is also there in Nagaland. And when we talk about horticulture, horticulture is something related to cultivating of fruits and vegetables, yeah. So this is also definitely there in Nagaland. In fact, there is a separate department that works, that comes under horticulture in Nagaland. So yes, we can say that yes, all these are practiced in Nagaland. So we can say that agriculture is the main occupation of the people staying in Nagaland. Clear everybody? All right. So now here, let me also show you a very interesting picture. Okay, here you can see these two ladies cultivating food crops. You can see this two couple, okay, they are couple, not two, they are couple wearing bigs. Then you can also see this man collecting wood from the forest, and also this man fishing. So this is aligning with the term agriculture. So we can say that yes, Nagaland is predominantly an agriculture state. Right? Okay, and then I'm going to tell you a very interesting fact about the state of Nagaland. There is something called horticulture, which is also known as, farming of flowers. This is very much in Nagaland. Okay, this is very much in Nagaland. So let me just show you a quick picture. Look at this beautiful flowers, and these flowers are there in Nagaland, and keeping off flowers is like a hobby for the Naga ladies. Keeping off flowers is like a hobby for the Naga ladies. In fact, like you'll get to see at least minimum 10 flower pots in each and every household of the Nagas. So flowering or flower gardening or, horticulture has become a sort of hobby for the Nagas. But in the present context, flowers has an economic value in Nagaland because the price of the flowers are really good and it will get you a good earning. So the young ladies in Nagaland, they started, gardening flowers, and that is how they have started earning their livelihood. So horticulture, which is also known as flowering, flower farming, is very much practiced in Nagaland. Clear? All right. Now here, Nagaland, as I've already mentioned to you all, is primarily an agriculture state. Most of the people live in rural areas, and agriculture is the main source of livelihood. The climate of Nagaland varies from the hill regions to the foothills and plain areas. It is true, it is an undeniable fact that Nagaland is known as a hilly region, but there are also some areas in Nagaland which are also plain, for example, like that of Dimapur. So this is the reason why the Nagaland climate varies from the hill regions to the foothills and plain areas. Clear, everybody? All right. Now here. It is believed that it rains very heavily between June and September. Now, this is very important for you all to remember that yes, it rains very heavily between June and September in Nagaland. All right. This is the reason why it contributes to cultivation of different types of crops and vegetables in Nagaland. But let me just give you a, fact that this year there was less rainfall. This is the reason why the farmers in Nagaland, they had this crop failure, and there was a little bit of distraction in their income also. But it is believed that normally it is believed that it rains heavily between the month of June and September. Clear, everybody? All right. Now here, very quickly, these are the agricultural crops that you will get to see in Nagaland. This is cherry tomato. Everybody knows that, yeah. And these are varieties of rice ranging from white color to black rice. Then we have millets. Then this is this local ginger. Then oranges, and then this particular vegetable is known as a tomato, Naga tomato, which is really good, okay? And then one piece of this Naga tomato will give you a delicious food. So this is purely found in Nagaland. You will find this tomato only in Nagaland, okay? This particular tomato, you will find it only in Nagaland. So these are some of the agricultural crops of Nagas. These are some of the agricultural crops. I'm just saying some. We have more than this, okay? So these are just some of the agricultural crops that you will get to see in Nagaland, and these are some of the crops that the farmers in Nagaland grows. I hope I've made myself clear to all, okay? Now here. This is a very interesting picture. This is a cabbage, this is a cabbage, and it weighs around 7 kg. Have you ever seen a cabbage weighing 7 kg? Okay, this really happened in Nagaland. There is no exaggeration. This is a fact, okay? So this is a man belonging to one of the villages in Nagaland, and then he grew cabbage, and this is his farming, okay? This is his farming. This is from his cabbage farming, and this cabbage weighed 70 kg. This is the reason why it went viral. Okay? And also pineapples. Farming of pineapple is very common in Nagaland. In fact, just recently we have exported pineapple from Nagaland to other country out of India. Not only in India, but out of India, we have exported pineapple. Clear, everybody? So these are some of the interesting facts, and these are some of the agricultural products that is, cultivated in Nagaland. Clear, everyone? Now, let us quickly look at the types of cultivation. So you will get to see 3 types of cultivation as per your textbook. This is very important, so I want all of you to really pay attention as I explain this type of cultivation. Cool, everybody? So first is about the chum cultivation. Then we have terrace cultivation. Then we have alder-based cultivation. All right. So if a question is asked in the exam, what are the 3 types of cultivation which is practiced in Nagaland, then it is the chum cultivation, Chhum, then the terrace cultivation, Terrace, then finally the alder-based cultivation, Alter. Okay, so we can have a look very quickly, types of cultivation. Now let me explain the first type of cultivation, that is the chum cultivation. So what is chum cultivation? Look at the picture. This is chum cultivation. Okay, this is chum cultivation. So you can have a look at the picture. You can see that in this picture, all the trees are cut down. The land is cleared. You do not see any grasses. You do not see any weeds. You do not see tall trees. Okay, this is what Jum cultivation is all about. Let me explain to you all in a more detailed manner. All right. So here it is. Jum cultivation is also known as slash and burnt cultivation. Jum cultivation is also known as slashed and burnt cultivation. In Jum cultivation, the vegetation is slashed, burnt, tilled and sown. And Jum cultivation in so many ways is connected with the culture and tradition of the Nagas. Now I want all of you to quickly look at the picture. Slash means cutting down of the trees. Here it is, cutting down of the trees. Now the other vegetation like that of the grass, the wheat, okay, they are all cleared from the land, accumulated, and it is burnt. You can see that in the second picture. It is burnt. Then finally the land is cleared. Yes or no? In the third picture you see that here. All the land is totally cleared now, and after that they will tilt, okay, and they will start sowing the seeds. This is what is called Jum cultivation. Clear, everybody? All right. And in Jum cultivation, the vegetation is slashed. That's why it is called slash. This is slashing, this is burning, and this is sowing. This is what is called Jum cultivation. All right. And in Jum cultivation, not only one particular crop is cultivated, but you get to see mixed cropping cultivation in Jum cultivation. Clear, everyone? Do I have to repeat it again? Very quickly, let me just summarize it again. So Jum cultivation is also known as slash and burnt cultivation. In Jum cultivation, the vegetation is slashed, burnt, tilled and sown, okay? And Jum cultivation is in so many ways connected with the culture and the tradition of the Nagas in general. Clear? All right. Now, very quickly, let's go to the next video. I would like to show you a video about this Jum cultivation. So you can have this, you can have a look, okay? Okay, so now in that particular video, you have seen the farmers, they're collectively farming together, yes or no? And this particular video is about the Rangma tribe. They're coming together, and with such enthusiasm, they are, sowing the seeds together. This is so much fun. Yes or no? All right, so this is how the Jum cultivation is practiced in Nagaland. And, let me just go to the slide again. You can see that the land is already cleared. The burning is also already done. And the tilling is already done. Now they are sowing the seeds. This is how the farming takes place in the Jum cultivation. Okay, everybody? All right. Now, very quickly, let me tell you the Jum cycle. There is particularly, we follow 3 types of cycle in Nagaland, which comes under the Jum cycle. So the first is about 1 to 2 years. So this Jum cultivation takes place for about the maximum 2 years. So cultivation of crops is done for just 1 year and maximum for 2 years. Why is this so? Let me tell you and explain to you all in the second picture. So it says that, the land is left fallow to regain its fertility for 15 to 20 years. So after the cultivation is done for 1 to 2 years, that particular land will be left barren. It will not be used again, so that the land will regain its fertility on its own, okay? Because now, see, the trees were already cut down. There was burning that was taking place. The tilling of the land was also taking place under the Jum cultivation. So the trees, they need to grow back, yes or no? Yeah. So this is the reason why for about 15 to 20 years, that particular land will be left fallow, which means it will be left barren. They will not use it, okay? And then why is that so? In order to let the land regain its fertility. Clear? Okay? But look at the third picture. You can see the head count ratio. This is about population. This picture indicates the increase in the population. Okay? So with time, there is a huge increase in the population of the Nagas. This is the reason why, the average time duration of the doom cycle has reduced from 20 to 10 years and from 15 to 5 years. Clear? Okay, so with the increase in the population is increasing so much. This is the reason why people need a plot of a land to settle down. People need a plot of a land for, farming. This is the reason why instead of keeping the land fallow for 15 to 20 years, now they have cut down the average to 10 years. And then, in fact, in the present context, they have minimized to 5 years. So after 5 years, they again start with the farming process. Clear, everyone? So this is the doom cycle. For 1 to 2 years, cultivation will take place. Cultivation of crops will take place. Then the particular plot of a land which was used for doom cultivation will be left fallow, which means they will not use the land. They will just let the land regain its fertility on its own. However, it's very important for you all to know that in the present context, with the increase in the population in Nagaland is increasing. So we need land for settling down. We need land for, growing crops. This is the reason why the average has cut down. Now they are just keeping it, for the land to gain its fertility to 10 years and then sometimes to just 5 years also. Clear, everyone? So this is the doom cycle that is practiced in Nagaland. Okay, now very quickly, let me tell you about the second cultivation. Remember, the first type of cultivation is the doom cultivation. The second type of cultivation is the terrace cultivation. So under the terrace cultivation, there is this particular cultivation known as wet terrace rice cultivation. So now look at the picture. Looking at the picture, you see that, the picture is like somehow like in stepwise, step 1, step 2, step 3, something like that. We can relate ourselves to the steps. Yes or no? That is the reason why this is called as terrace cultivation. Clear? Okay. So alternative to doom cultivation, and there is this terrace cultivation which is widely practiced, especially in the hilly areas. Please be reminded that this terrace cultivation mostly takes place in the hilly areas. All right. So alternate to doom cultivation. If the farmers are not following or practicing the doom cultivation, they will shift to another cultivation which is known as the terrace cultivation. All right. And this terrace cultivation is mostly practiced in which region? Is it in the plain areas? Is it in the hilly areas? So definitely it is in the hilly areas. Clear, my dear students? Okay. Now here, water is the main factor for this type of cultivation. So the main source for this type of cultivation is water. Okay. Then in Nagaland, this wet terrace rice cultivation is predominantly practiced by the Angami tribes in Kohima. Okay, the Angami tribes in Kohima. So also the Chagasang tribes in Pek district. Clear? Okay. Then, keeping in mind the importance of forests, it is cleared only in an area where the cultivation is to be seasoned. So for example, we need a plot of a land. We need to clear up a forest in order to process this type of cultivation. Yes or no? So keeping in mind the importance of the forest, the farmers, what they do is they will just, select one particular area and there they will carry out the terrace cultivation because they also want to conserve and preserve forests. Clear, everyone? All right. Now here, the next point says that the earth is then dug to make terraces. Okay, so after selecting a particular area or a particular region, then what they will do is they will dug the earth. Okay, and in this format, terrace format. Okay, and the next step is water is then supplied to the terraces through canals. This is very important. Water is then supplied to the terraces, that is this step, okay, through the canals. So look at the second picture. In the second picture, you will see the water flowing, yes or no. This is how the water is supplied through canals in this type of cultivation. First, they will duct the earth, no doubt. In stepwise, they will duct the earth. Then what they will do, the next step is they will supply the water. Clear, everyone? Okay. And then the ground is thoroughly dug to make it soft. So after supplying the water, what they will do again is they will try to dug the ground once again so that the land becomes really soft. Clear? Okay. And that is how terrace farming prevents soil erosion. So this type of cultivation is very important and it contributes largely to protect the environment because they are contributing something to prevent soil erosion. Clear, everyone? Okay, so let me just show you this. This is how the cultivation takes place in the terrace cultivation. Let me explain to you all. First thing, what they will do is rice seedlings, which means the rice saplings. So these rice seedlings are first grown in nursery. They are first grown in nursery, and this happens in the first week of April. Then what they will do is this particular saplings, this rice saplings, will be transplanted in the terrace fields. And this takes place in the month of May and July. Clear, everyone? Then finally, harvesting begins in the month of October. But before that, there is another one stage here, which means the growing stage of the crops, and that will be mostly in the month of September. And then harvesting begins in the month of October. Clear, everybody? All right. So rice seedlings simply means rice saplings. Okay. So these rice saplings are first grown in nursery. They are not directly put in the field. For example, see, let me just show you this picture. The rice saplings. Here they will start planting the rice saplings here. But it is not directly, planted. First, what they will do under the terrace cultivation is first, they will put it in a sapling. Chutu plastic khandena. They will try to put it there. They will try to put it there. Then only they transplant it in the terrace fields. When they think that, okay, now they are in a position to be transplanted in the fields, then only they will take it further. Clear? So first step, rice seedlings are first grown in nursery. And this is usually in the first week of April. Then the transplantation takes place in the terrace fields in the month of May and July. Then finally, there will be a growing season in the month of September, and harvesting begins from October. I hope you all are clear about this terrace cultivation. All right? And this is how the farmers in the month of October to November, they will start harvesting the crops, and they will happily take a sack of rice back home, and that is how a sort of like a festivals, different types of festivals are observed in Nagaland. Clear, everyone? Okay. Now, another interesting fact that I would like to put it across to you all is about this man. Okay. So, Naga Bedi man to the world. So there is this rare rice species of Nagaland which received a recognition in the Guinness World Record. Just imagine, in the Guinness World Record, and this was in the year 1998. All right. So a very rare rice species was discovered in Nagaland, and this species is known as the it is the tallest bedi plant that was discovered by Melhete Genhe, and this is found a place in the Guinness World Record. So you see in the picture, this is the tallest bedi that was discovered in our state, in Nagaland, and this has found a position in the Guinness World Record. So it is already recorded there. It is already recorded there, and this was discovered by whom? This was discovered by a Naga man belonging to this Chagasang tribe, and his name is popularly known as Melhete Genhe. Okay, and the plant is named after its discoverer. That's why the particular species, the name of this species is known as Melhete Genhe rice. Okay, the name of this rice is Melhete. Clear, everybody? Okay, and then this Melhete Genhe has attracted many researchers from outside. The seeds of this Bede plant have been taken to Germany, Korea, USA, and Japan for propagation. So after, recognizing a Guinness World Record, the other outsiders were also attracted to our state, just imagine. Okay, and then the researchers belonging to the country of Germany, to the country of Korea, to the country of USA, and even Japan, they came to our state and they took some of the seeds with them so that they will also grow them back in their own homeland. Clear, everyone? Okay, so please remember this man, Melhete Genhe, the discoverer of the Melhete rice, which is the tallest Bede plant. Okay, so please remember this forever. All right. Now, very quickly, the last type of cultivation is known as the alder-based cultivation. So very quickly, what is alder? So alder simply is a tree. It is a tree. Okay, and alder-based cultivation, this is how it looks like. Okay, now you must be wondering, Are, what is this type of cultivation? Now let me explain it to you all. Now here, it is strongly believed that, and I do believe in this Proverbs, which says, trees give peace with the souls of men. And this is definitely true. Nature are connected with humankind. Humankind cannot live without nature. Yes or no? Yeah. So this is the reason why. The Naga farmers, keeping in mind the importance of the forest, keeping in mind the importance of trees, they have also another, option for cultivating crops, and that is known as the alder-based cultivation. So what happened is in this cultivation can be understood in this way. So the farmers, they used to carry out the process of alder-based cultivation in two ways. So firstly, what they do is the farmers, they grow food crops in fields without destroying the alder forest. So in the alder forest, they will not cut down the alder trees, but they will grow, or they will sow the seeds of the food crops there under the shadow of the alder tree. And that is how the harvest of the food crops takes place. All right? Then, secondly, the alder branches are used as firewood without destroying the alder trees. So alder trees will never be cut down in Nagaland. It's just the branches will be chopped off a little bit, and that is also again used as a resource, and that is firewood. Clear, everybody? Okay. So now here, the benefits of alder trees is as such that, plants grow very well. The plants grow really healthy under the shadow of the alder tree. That's why this alder-based cultivation takes place in Nagaland. Clear? And you see this. This is the root. The alder trees have a root called nodules. Okay, this is the root of the alder tree, and this very root improves the soil fertility by fixing nitrogen in the soil. All right, and this is not the end of the story. The alder leaves, if they rot down on the ground, if they falls down on the ground, this leaves also provides manure for crop farming. Clear, everyone? Okay, so this is the reason why this alder tree is very important for farming, and this is the reason why the Nagas, they have also opted for the alder-based cultivation. Because conservation and preservation of environment is very important in the present scenario. Clear, everyone? Okay, so the alder leaves, as I've already mentioned to you all, which rot on the ground, they form a better manure, and this enhances the crop yields or the crop production for the farmers. So this is how the alder-based cultivation takes place. Clear, everyone? All right. So in Nagaland, the farmers amongst the Angami, Chakasang and Konyak tribes, they grow varieties of vegetables and crops in alder fields. The alder tree also provide firewood to the farmers. So we can hereby come to a solid conclusion that yes, alder-based cultivation contributes to both the important practice of utilization, because we are utilizing the resource, yes or no, and also conservation of nature. So alder-based cultivation should be encouraged, should be promoted, and should be practiced by the farmers, not only in Nagaland, but across the country. All right. So with this, we have come to the end of this chapter. So very quickly, let us solve the fill in the blanks. Okay. So here, in Nagaland, it rains heavily between Tesh and Tesh. You already know the answer. June and September. Yeah. The second answer, rice seedlings are first grown in the, I told you this answer, nursery. Okay. So nursery is the answer. Water is supplied to the terrace through, what is the answer? Canals is the answer. Here are the answers. Okay. And the wet rice cultivation depends on the monsoon. Monsoon is the answer. Mixed cropping is practiced in, is it in the chum cultivation? Is it in the terrace cultivation? Is it in the alder-based cultivation? So the answer will be definitely chum cultivation. Remember, I told you that in the chum cultivation, not only one particular crop is grown, but in chum cultivation, the mixed cropping pattern is followed. Okay, so the correct answer will be mixed cropping is practiced in chum cultivation. Now finally, the first pollarding is done when the tree is about 10 years old. All right. Okay, now very quickly, the match the following. You see that in column A, you see 5 points. In column B, you see 6 points. But they have given you 6 points just to convince you, just to confuse you. Okay, so very quickly, here, practice of growing plants or crops, that is definitely cultivating. Okay, so 1 will be P. The correct answer will be P. 2, place where rice seedlings are first grown. The correct answer is D, that is nursery. Okay, and the correct answer for number 3 will be A, and the correct answer for number 4 will be F. The correct answer for number 5 will be C. This is there in your textbook. So I want all of you to turn to your textbook and refer this answer. Clear? I repeat again, 1 is P, 2 is D, 3 is A, 4 is F, 5 is C. Clear? Okay. And the rest of the exercise, I want all of you to write it down in your social science notebook by yourself, because I've already explained and the points are already covered. So when you're making a notes, you can go back to the previous points, and that is how you can come up with your own notes. Clear, everyone? Okay, so with this, we have come to the end of this chapter. I wish you all that you will have a happy learning session, okay? And I will see you all maybe next time. So thank you, everyone. Happy learning, everyone.